Hi, Cary. So I have your session plan in front of me, and I'm just going to give you a bit of feedback. So I think the homework looks really thorough and strong, and I think it will form a really strong foundation to your session. Your introduction seems really strong as well and very thorough. Now, my overall comment on your session is that I don't think you're going to get through everything that you hope, and I want to just sort of talk you through each piece, and then you can make decisions about where you want to go or what you want to do with the information, the feedback that I'm giving you. So to begin, after your introduction, you go into assessment of the situation. And I think that you need more space dedicated to the homework. And if you look at my response to James Jones in the discussion forum, some of my concern with this I also expressed in his response. When people are going off and doing this homework, which is fairly substantial and which is great, they're reviewing their work environment survey, they're reflecting on the sessions they had, meeting with the managers, talking to them. That's a lot of data. And I think you need to create a space in the session for them to make sense of that data. Because collecting data is one thing, but making sense of it is another. I'm not sure if this was your experience in the Ludique case, but often people go out and do observational research, but actually how to draw out insights that are useful from those observations is not as clear as one might think. So I think that 20 minutes, even as you have it, I don't think 20 minutes, even if you didn't go over the homework, I don't think 20 minutes is nonetheless enough for what you're proposing happen here. And I think you need to just go over the homework. And so I'll leave that to you. I'm happy to give input if you have questions, but I'll leave it to you. But I think you need to now assess the situation and more directly asking them about the data that they've collected and helping them draw out insights about it in terms of their assessment. So for example, you might start with reflecting on the homework. There could be questions like, what did you learn that affirmed your perception? What did you learn that surprised you? And then once everybody shares, I guess it's only two people, once they share, it could then you could ask that what else question. What else, or you can ask some kind of assessment of the situation question that goes beyond their homework material. What else is important? But I think you need to start with the homework and allow them to talk about it. Because if they took it seriously, this will have brought up thoughts that you'll want to harness. Okay, so next, I questioned why you chose to use why, given that, as you acknowledge yourself, it's similar to webbing. And so I don't know if that's going to give you the kind of assessment of the situation that you want. So as you're going through the session, again, think about so that they can go into the rest of your session, what data do they need, right? Assessing the situation is about key information, key data. And how do I get them there as efficiently as possible? And I don't know, given the other exercises you have planned, if YY is the right tool. And moreover, I'm not sure that you need a formal convergence process. The goal is to have the information they need to, as I said before, to solve the problem. So do you need to go through hits and highlights, or can you sort of more informally, especially since there's only two people in your session, identify some main themes that are important? I'll let you puzzle out what this looks like, but I think that you're on the right track in starting with assessing the situation, but the precise way you're doing it isn't clear yet, and that it might very well take more time than 20 minutes. Moving on to your exploring the vision, wishful thinking, success zones. It's hard for me to say here, I need more detail. You've sort of put 3 different activities in a single box under 20 minutes, and it's hard for me to see how it's all going to play out. So, for example, how are you going to facilitate the wouldn't it be nice if, wouldn't it be awful if, um, and and how's divergence going to happen? Is it going to happen in a staged manner or just all in one shot? So often what you might do is get people to diverge and then say, all right, now add some more ideas once they look what they've produced. So I would need more of a sense. My sense is that even with two participants, 20 minutes might be tight for this because you're thinking conversation is going to happen. As they go into success zones, it's not going to be clear where things are where things are categorized, and so that they're going to be talking and discussing and debating. So sort of play it all out. Imagine exactly how you see things happening, what you imagine them coming out with, and then you'll have a better sense. So then the webbing. What I understand from this is that you're choosing three different wouldn't it be nice if and doing three webs. Sorry, my phone's ringing. So I think webbing could be a great tool to use, but you can't do it. You can't do it three times. You won't have time for that. It does take time even to do around just one statement. So perhaps think through how you're going to do the webbing. I think it would be great if you took this broad problem statement around how might these leaders move forward with their vision. Sorry, I can't find your problem statement, but I remember what it is. And then sort of just given that you've done some visioning, just go down the web and go, well, what's stopping this from happening? And what's stopping this from happening um, might be that people are resistant, but there might be other reasons too that come out that you haven't explored yet. And given all the homework they've done and all the data you've gathered, new framings of the problem might come out. That's all my feedback for now. I realize there's sort of a lot there, and it gives you quite a bit to play with. Let me know if you have any questions.